In this video, we will explore what I call the human blueprint, an architectural and systems guide to anatomy and physiology. These principles generally apply to all animals.
Let's consider the topological paradox of the human hull. If you swallow a piece of gum, is it inside your body? Technically, no. The human body is topologically equivalent to a torus or a donut. The swallowed object is simply passing through a tunnel. It has not yet crossed a biological boundary.
Mapping the boundary lines reveals three key barriers. The skin is the primary outer barrier. The lungs and intestines are invaginations maximizing surface area. A molecule only truly enters the body when it crosses a membrane barrier into the blood, what we call the boundary filter. The internal/external diagnostic matrix helps determine a substance's status. Blood is inside because it is contained entirely within the biological hull. Air in the lungs, food in the digestive tract, and urine in the bladder are all outside, as they are in cavities or tubes continuous with the exterior. The body is built upon 6 levels of structural engineering, starting from the chemical level, progressing through cellular, tissue, organ, and organ system levels, culminating in the organismal level, where many organ systems maintain an independent living organism. The body cavities form the blueprint of the internal architecture. The dorsal body cavity, or control housing, includes the cranial and vertebral cavities. The ventral body cavity, the engine room, contains the thoracic and abdominopelvic cavities, separated by the diaphragm. Frictionless architecture is achieved through serous membranes. These are like a fist pushing into a balloon. The inner balloon wall is the visceral serosa, the outer is the parietal serosa, and the air pocket is the serous cavity. This design allows organs like the heart, encased in the pericardium, to move with minimal friction. Serosa membrane nomenclature is consistent across systems. For the lungs, it's the pleura. For the heart, the pericardium. And for the abdomen, the peritoneum. Each has a parietal layer lining the cavity wall and a visceral layer covering the organ surface. Topographical mapping uses quadrants and regions to locate structures. The abdomen is divided into 4 quadrants: right upper, left upper, right lower, and left lower, and 9 regions. Remember that right and left always refer to the patient's right and left. The engine room involves digestion and metabolism. Digestion is the breakdown of food. Absorption is the crossing of nutrients into the bloodstream. Metabolism is the engine, consisting of catabolism, which breaks down substances to release energy, and anabolism, which builds up structures. Command, control, and locomotion are managed by the central and peripheral nervous systems. The autonomic nervous system handles involuntary responses in the internal environment, while the somatic nervous system handles voluntary responses to the external environment. Responsiveness requires movement provided by the skeletal and muscular system. The exhaust system manages excretion, the removal of body wastes. Systems involved include the respiratory system, removing carbon dioxide, the integumentary system, removing salts via sweat, the digestive system, processing toxins, and the urinary system, filtering blood via the kidneys. Survival relies on 5 operational requirements: oxygen for metabolic reactions, water for chemical reactions, nutrients as fuel, appropriate temperature to prevent protein denaturing, and atmospheric pressure for breathing mechanics and gas exchange. In synthesis, the integrated organism has 4 functional areas. The hull maintains boundaries, the architecture protects the engine processes metabolism, and the exhaust manages excretion. Anatomy dictates physiology. The human body is a flawlessly integrated architectural machine.